What's good? I'm Sydney Johnson, snowboard expert at Curated. Here at Curated, we help thousands of people find the right gear for them every season. This year, we went to Powder Mountain in Utah to test the best boards from the best brands. After testing this gear, we put together our top 5 Freeride boards of 2023. Just so you know, we're not sponsored by any of these brands, so this review is completely unbiased. At number 5, we have the Nitro Dinghy.
Nitro says it's going to be a great directional all-mountain, sort of lean towards a free ride guy, definitely more powder oriented. On the shape of this guy, you're gonna have a little bit more rounded, pointed nose with a nice little swallowtail down here. Just a little guy to help you sink back in the snow and keep that nose up. So going edge to edge on this board was pretty quick for me, and it carved really well and held an edge really well. We took this thing through, even a border cross track to even steeps, groomers, and even some steep tree sections that were kind of chopped out, and it still handled really well. You can still get around on like the nose for like little 180 nose butters, but not the most playful board. I would definitely avoid getting this board if you're a beginner, just because of that camber design. It's going to be really edgy. I would say this board's for most intermediate to expert riders looking for a directional board that can kind of do anything from like groomers to powder.
At number 4, we have the Never Summer Proto FR.
Never Summer claims that this is a Freeride snowboard. It is based off of their lead selling snowboard, the Never Summer Proto. It features their triple camber technology. Never Summer rates this an 8 out of 10 on their flex scale, and it was very comfortable at pretty much any speed I was able to take it at today, regardless of condition or uneven terrain. It felt very damp. There are inserts between the bindings that create a little bit of stiffness, but once you really begin to press into them, especially at higher speeds, it creates a nice locked in feeling that really puts triple camber in the category of freeride. In terms of tree riding, I took it in the woods. It was very sticky and this board handled great. It was very maneuverable. This board requires a little bit of effort. I would not suggest this for a beginner. I feel this board is a great one-stop shop. If you're transitioning, this is very much a intermediate to expert board. If you're looking to dabble a little bit more so towards expert, if you're riding on the East Coast or even like the Pacific Northwest where the conditions were questionable, this is kind of a great Swiss Army knife to kind of handle it all.
At number 3, we have the Burton Family Tree Territory Manager.
It is billed as a all-mountain freestyle snowboard. It's really designed to have a heavy freeride influence while also keeping some of those park roots. The Territory Manager is a new offering in the Family Tree line. So that means that it's a unisex board. So there's a full size range that this board can be ridden from anyone from your big guys all the way down to your much smaller female riders. And even to your high level Groms could get there on that smaller size. So this board is really something, there's a size for the whole family. This board's a speed demon. It really is. It has a sintered base, which means it is fast.
So this board feels super stable underfoot. The true camber that goes all the way through is what's going to keep you locked in no matter where you're going.
I'm not going to recommend it to a beginner. You don't need everything that's in this snowboard. But if you are an intermediate, high-level intermediate rider, you're starting to really explore the whole mountain, this could be a great board to grow with. This board is really going to shine in the hands of advanced and expert riders, people that rely heavily on freestyle all over the mountain.
At number 2, we have the K2 Alchemist.
K2 claims the Alchemist is designed for steeps, deeps, and resort riding. It's designed for advanced to expert riders, confident, aggressive riding styles. It's a 9 of 10 flex. It is a rocket ship. K2 packed all of their best top technology on here, everything from the snow-phobic top sheet. You don't get all that snow buildup. It's got the Space Collapse tip. So 2 things make this board really awesome. The spectral braid, which you can kind of see all throughout. It allows the board to really torsionally flex, and you get a lot of torsional energy. It also features the Recess 3D core, which reduces weight, chatter. So when you're going, top speed, this board is going to be smooth under you. I would not put a lower level intermediate or beginner on this. This board, you have to be on top of your riding when you're riding this board, just because it's so nimble edge to edge that, it really requires the rider to be engaged at all times. This board is definitely for the advanced to expert freerider.
And our number 1 freeride board of 2023 is the Lib Tech Dynamo.
Lib Tech claims this board as a resort ripping, backcountry shredding freeride option in their line. It runs a C3 camber profile and is meant to deal with high speeds and tear up the whole mountain.
It's so sick. Definitely dug it. You know, if you're a big mountain fanatic and you want that stability, whether it's steep, deep, or both, it's good.
So C3 is a camber profile where there's camber at the tip and tail and predominantly camber between the feet with a touch of rocker for float, but it definitely gives a plastic stiff feeling when riding this snowboard that allows you to really apply pressure for weight and dive into those turns. It definitely fits the bill of a Freeride snowboard. I do feel it would be a great time riding bigger jumps just because of how stable it was. It has a slightly tapered shape. I didn't happen to feel too much of a difference when riding switch. It's definitely set back an inch. My favorite thing about this board, it created a nice locked in feeling between the feet because of the camber profile. Between that and the blend of magna traction, it really allowed me to press very hard into the edge and have a great locked in feeling for carving at high speeds. I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend this for someone who's looking for low edge angle cruising. This is not a party board. I feel like it's a better feel for expert riders who are looking to charge at high speeds to ride in the backcountry. I think this board is very underrated in their line for anyone looking for a great free ride ripping snowboard.
What do you think? Did your snowboard make the list? If you need help finding the right gear for you, make sure to go to curated.com. You'll be matched with an expert like me to receive free personalized advice. If you like this video, click like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe to see more content from Curated.